We finally have it. We finally have the Caudabe Sheath with the camera control button. Now, huge shout out to Caudabe for sending these over to me to review for you guys. The price on this case is $52. All links are down in the description below. Now, there's a few colors that are available, a few colors that are on back order. All that information is on the website, but the Sheath is going to come in 4 different colors. I have 2 of them here to show you guys today. I am going to be getting the other 2 colors in, so maybe I'll upload them on Twitter or on Instagram. Follow me there, but let's go ahead and take a look at the Sheath. Now, of course, we know what the Caudabe Sheath is. This case, if you guys have seen my top 10 case videos for the iPhone 15 series, for the 16 series, this case has been #1 before. This case is always in the top 5. So definitely let's go ahead and take a look. Now I do have a full review at the end of this video that you guys can check out. But the star of the show is going to be that camera control button there. Now it is going to be a color matched camera control button, which let me actually show you guys real quick. Let me bring over the other color I have here, the blue, the celestial blue Caudabe Sheath. So just like I said, they are going to be color matched buttons. So on the blue, you're getting a blue. On the black, you're going to get a black. Now, you can always, of course, get it in a non-camera control version, which this is a eucalyptus color. This is going to be one of the camera control colors right here. But like I said, it does obviously come in the non-camera control button version, but you know us, we want that camera control. So let's actually go ahead and take a look at the difference between the weight of these. That way you guys can see what you're working with. So we are in grams starting off with a non-camera control version. We're looking at 50 grams. With the blue camera control version, we're looking at 51 grams. 1 gram difference for that camera control button. I will take that. So let's go ahead and talk about that button. Taking a look, I'm trying to get that to focus right there. That way you guys can kind of see what that button's going to look like on the inside. It is going to be a standalone button. Will it come out? Probably not unless you give it a lot of force. It does feel like it's kind of glued in there, but it doesn't affect the use of the camera control whatsoever. It is an excellent button, to be honest with you guys. But if you really wanted to and really gave it a push, it probably would come out, but I'm definitely not about to do that. So let's go ahead. I'll just leave this one right here for right now. But let's take a look at how it's going to perform. So starting off, let's go ahead and click it, and it's going to be an excellent button. This button is going to be right up there with the Spigen cases, with the Apple case, with every single case that you use that has your best camera control button. The Caudabe Sheath is right there next to it. Let's take our usual picture. There we go. Everything is looking good. Now, in terms of the fit, Caudabe, every once in a while, they do change up the design a little bit. I think they absolutely nailed it on this Sheath, on this year's Sheath in general, but especially with that camera control button. The fit on this case, of course, is going to be still excellent, just like before, and especially around that camera control button where you want it to be nice and tight. That is going to work just fine. The rest of the case is, of course, pretty similar. Now, you are going to get those color matched buttons, but of course, you can change these out. Caudabe has a bunch of different colors that you can check out on their website, and they have interchangeable. For me personally, I'm going to go ahead and throw on the red, or I think they're called scarlet buttons onto this one, because black and red are my 2 favorite colors. But I think on this one, I'll probably end up throwing the ember buttons. They're kind of orange. Blue and orange, I think, is going to look really, really good together. But right now, this is kind of what you're looking at. These are the 2 versions I have, the blue and the black. But yeah, guys, that camera control version is just really, really good. Why am I on the other camera? Yeah, I mean, swiping between your little different modes and everything, hit that. It is super, super easy. No hiccups, no glitches. Everything is good. Now, you are going to get textured material here, of course, because it is the Sheath. So when you slide your finger, you're definitely going to notice the difference in material between the grip of the Sheath and then that camera control button. So you're not going to accidentally click it if you're just looking or feeling around for your phone. But like I said, guys, that camera control button, I mean, I just can't get over how good this is. It took a while. Caudabe made us wait and wait and wait. But I say that wait was worth it because this is excellent. Caudabe, you guys absolutely knocked it out of the park with the Sheath and camera control button. It 100% was worth the wait. Now, they're also going to come out with the Paragon, which, of course, you know, as soon as I get that in, there's going to be a video on YouTube for you guys. But let's talk about one more thing on here, and that's going to be the MagSafe bulge on the back of these cases. Now, as you guys can see, this is the one I have been using. no MagSafe bulge on this one, and I just took this one out of the box, no MagSafe bulge on there. But if you do end up getting a MagSafe bulge on this case, don't forget, at the end of the day, this is a TPU style material, right? So it's gonna be a flexible material. As you guys can see, I could even just sit here and go like this. So you know this is a flexible material. But guys, this is a phone case. It's meant to protect your phone. It is there as soon as you drop your phone or anything happens, scratches, nicks, dings. This is what this is for. So for me personally, a slight MagSafe bulge doesn't really bother me. Let me know if it bothers you guys down in the comments below. I've heard a lot of different things about it online. I have a few other cases that are not from Caudabe that do have a MagSafe bulge that are a TPU case. My phone Rebel Air is starting to develop one a little bit. Some of the other cases that I have is also starting to develop it. So that's just one of the things that it comes. If it absolutely bothers you, then maybe a polycarbonate case is one for you. At least a polycarbonate back case is one for you, because that's not going to show a MagSafe bulge. But that is just something I wanted to cover when it comes to these. As you guys can see, this one I have been charging for a couple days on MagSafe. I've been using a MagSafe pop socket with it, it's actually laying right here. Been using this exact pop socket with it, and I have had no issues so far. If it develops a slight MagSafe bulge, it is what it is. But on this one right now, I don't have one. And all around, I'm very, very impressed with the Caudabe Sheath and how it looks, how it feels, and how that camera control button works. Now, like I said, it's gonna come in a few other colors. It's gonna also come, besides these black and blue, it's gonna come in the eucalyptus and also gray. So just check out Caudabe's website. You know that link is down in the description below. But all around, I'm super impressed with this case. It is still 100% guaranteed going to be in my top 5. Now, is it still going to be number 1 like in my previous top 10 video for the 16 Pro Max? I don't know. You're going to have to watch that, which is going to be coming fairly soon on my YouTube channel, so make sure you get subbed up for that. But all around, just to kind of wind it back in, yes, absolutely, I love the Caudabe Sheath. I can absolutely recommend it to you. Yes, they did send this to me, but I have bought plenty of Caudabe cases in my life before, and if I had to, I 100% would go out and buy this case right now if I didn't have it. So let me know what you guys think about the Caudabe Sheath with the updated camera control button down in the comments below. I'm super impressed. I'm very happy with it. You can believe this is going to be living on my phone for a little while. But make sure you guys like the video and subscribe to the channel. That goes a really long way for me and allows me to make these videos for you. If you guys want to see my full review of the Caudabe Sheath, where we go through everything, I will leave that video right here. And if you guys want to see that top 10 case list, the 10 best cases, at least back then, for the 16 Pro Max, I'll leave that video right here.